Mabuhay! And yes, we're here to react, or rather to comment, because we are still your unauthorized review channel for Drag Race Philippines Season 2 with Absolute Vodka.
Okay.
Punta na yung baso, pero hindi mo na Absolute. Dahil wala po kami pambili ng Absolute, medyo shallow yung drink na yun. Pero we will try na very unpacked ang atake natin. Of course, while drinking. Pero yun, regardless of everything, you've seen our reaction video sa first and second episode, kaming dalawa ni Matthew. And we are here completing our trio. Harry joining us for the episode. So don't worry, nanonood si Harry ng episode 1 and 2. I made sure of it.
Yes.
So, medyo, freeloader siya ngayon dun sa WoW. Dahil makiki-freeload ako sa Amazon niya. But anyways, regardless, I'm still here with my besties and the very controversial episode, I would say. Pero yun nga.
The most disturbing yet in season 2.
Tatlo pa lang naman.
Yeah.
Totoo naman. Pero, emotional triggers are going to be discussed as well. If you don't feel comfortable watching the video, please at your own risk pa rin naman ang panonood. Let's start with, of course, Verushka Levels and Arizona Verushka Levels and Arizona Brandy with the theme, and the theme is birthday. They got the birthday box, so the things there were, of course, things that you use for your birthday. So,
unahin muna natin si Verushka. Is it a books or a book?
hindi, unahin natin si Harry.
Para sa akin, mas bugs talaga si Verushka Levels. And then, mas si the counter. Si Arizona Brand.
I think I share the same sentiments. Bugs talaga si Verushka Levels dito. This is everything aside, yung mga naririnig natin,
True.
mga na-observe natin. This is just from our standpoint din naman.
Yes.
Kumbaga, what was shown on stage.
Na hindi natin pwede i-consider kung ano yung mga naging usap-usapan, naging galawan. But for me talaga, Verushka is books.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Output-based.
Output-based. This also, Arizona actually red party naman. It's just that, yun nga, specific category, specific box, it didn't read much as a birthday party. Which is also why I will go for Verushka as book
At saka
and Arizona as
I
blue.
think yung route na pinuntahan ng Arizona Brandy, siguro ko ang theme is pop girls, pop main stand girls.
Totoo.
But baka manalo pa rin si Verushka kasi baka very Katy Perry-ish
Oo nga.
first era. So, congratulations Verushka. Next.
Ang ating next
Yung mga
ay,
konting technical
of course,
The
ang ating
Valentine's.
next category is Cut, Captivating Cut, and Didi Marie Holiday. So again, let's start with Harry.
Yes. Ako si Didi Marie Holiday will be a books for me.
So, boo si Cut.
Yes.
Ako alam niyo naman na bias ako kay Kat, but I really have to go with Didi Marie Holiday for this one. Perfectly smart yung pagkakatayo ng heart.
Yes.
Kumaga, maganda yung kay Kat. It's just that if you're going to see yung buong production level nung suot, Didi Marie produced talaga yung Valentine's na very cutesy din actually.
Sige, we can accept na pareho naman silang akma dun sa theme na Valentine's.
Pero maganda rin.
Very maganda pareho. Pero if we're going to judge talaga sa presentation at dun sa overall look, Didi is boogs talaga, Kat is boo. Tingnan mo yung kay Didi, no? Ang ganda ng pagkakaano sa katawan niya.
Mm-hmm.
The curve.
Yes.
Yung contrast ng puti at pula.
True.
Na-define yung top at saka yung yung kanyang
But don't get me wrong, Kat always looks immaculate for me. So yeah. The theme, by the way, of course, obviously Valentine's. Something that we don't get to celebrate very often.
Yeah.
Anyway, for our third, we have Tiny Deluxe and Hannah Beshi getting the Fiesta box.
Yep.
Okay, Harry. Who's the boogs? Who's the boo?
Akala ko nga wedding yung isa eh. Charis! So, si ano talaga ang mananalo for me? Boogs talaga yung may yellow headdress. Hannah Beshi.
Who and the boo for
and
you
the boo
is
for me is Tiny Deluxe. Bakit ganun? Ano yung...
Actually, as a person who almost always wears earth tones or beige, maganda yung gawa ni Tiny Deluxe.
Exactly.
Sobrang nagandahan ako lalo na yung parang may pumatong na material na very very see-through. Nagandahan ako. It's just that, if you check na Fiesta box siya, hindi nag-match yung suot niya.
Yes.
Kaya obviously with all the colors that Hanabeshi is wearing, I think, plus this is for me, out of all the 10 looks na produce for this runway, siya ang pinaka-put together. So obviously Hanabeshi is the Boogsh and Tiny Deluxe is
just
the
to add lang, no, I mean, I don't think yun sa sa choose ng wig ni Tiny Deluxe is pang-fiesta. Parang wala ka naman makikita ang pang-fiesta ng ganyang wig. So,
now for me, obviously, Hanabeshi nailed it, the theme. Pero sa totoo lang, yung kay Tiny Deluxe, no, as much as I wanted to give a very negative or dun sa medyo contrary sa pagkapanalo ni Hanabeshi, gandang-ganda ako sa presentation niya.
True.
If makakalimutan kong fiesta yung theme.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Parang nakikita ko nga yung yung parang pagiging glamorosa niya.
Next is of course Trans Pinay Power, Miss Jade So and Bernie. This is
anong
going to be,
anong category nito?
ang category nila is Christmas.
Okay.
Coincidence lang yung yung horns nila.
Pero ako yung babase lang talaga. Mas gusto ko yung tone ni ni Bernie.
Mm-hmm.
Pero when it comes siguro dun sa presentation, siguro nasapawan siya ni
Jade.
Na parang sobrang elegant, tapos at the same time, alam mo yun, sabi mo nga kanina with Tiny Deluxe, nandun yung presentation, pero hindi nakaano yung So, feeling ko dun lang sila nagtumalo.
So, sinong Boogsh at Boo sa'yo?
Mas Boogsh para sa akin si Bernie. But to give the overall si
Hindi, isa lang. I mean, chika dahil category.
Okay, mas Boogsh sa akin si Bernie.
Okay, how about in late?
Unfortunately, talagang I love Mama Bernie, but sobrang divine din ang itsura talaga dito ni Miss Jade So the Boogsh is really for Miss Jade So and the Boogsh for Mama Bernie.
For me, actually sabi ko nga kanina, 'di ba, gusto ko i-explore yung possibility ng mundo na parehong top ay mag-work. But for this instance, kailangan natin mamili at pipiliin ko talaga si Bernie. Alam mo kung bakit? I love Mama yung feel, overall feel at campiness at presentation.
Yeah.
Para talaga nakikita ko is pang Victoria's Secret fashion show. Kung hindi man Victoria's Secret, para makikita ko siya pas papasok siya sa Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Na siya yung Christmas
Grinch nga ang tawag sa kanya.
Oo.
Grinch.
The bitch who stole Christmas.
True.
Para naman ganun kafabulosa. At least kasi dito kay Bernie, makikita mo na parang giving, mothering, tapos yung sabi nga si Raho, fully clothed. Kumbaga, ito talaga yung nakita natin na damit talaga. So, yun lang naman for me.
So, sinong Boogsh sa'yo?
Boogsh is Bernie.
Boo si Miss Jade.
Miss Jade. Pero for me talaga, okay pareho.
Yeah.
The presentation. At ang ganda ng group work nila, no? Kung i-judge sila by group, sila yung mananalo.
True.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, and of course, we have our last pair to walk on stage, which is... Yan.
Pa-suspense, ang bagal ng internet.
Yan, si Mathilda and of course, Ovi Cunt wearing the Halloween boxes. Ako, I'll go straight. Obviously, talagang with the orange and the black, plus the hair of Mathilda, obviously, Mathilda gets the Boogsh here. Napakaganda nung pagkakagawa. And alam ko, kumbaga, it's giving you straight on the point na Halloween. Kumbaga, hindi mo na need actually. It's no-brainer kapag nakita mo tong orange. Plus, yung makeup niya dito, napakaganda. Ang ganda magpinta ni Mathilda.
Yeah.
Ako, iba naman, next. Si Mathilda sa akin talaga, Boogsh. Si Ovi is Boo. Kasi, actually, pag sinabi mong Halloween, hindi naman kailangan manakot. Hindi naman kailangan maging spooky. Sometimes, kailangan mo lang talaga magbihis for the occasion.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, for me, yung nakuhang vibe, kasi it's a celebration pa rin eh.
Yeah.
Hindi naman ito yung parang
Halloween.
straight horror. This is
Straight
Halloween na celebration pa din or occasion. So,
Yeah.
Yun
Ako,
lang.
sobrang same lang ng comments. Ako, sana lang talaga if ma-renew uli ang ating sana mag-learn na ang mga days na kapag nagkaroon rin ng ganitong presentation na Halloween. Sana wag yung ganito na parang yung gusto mo na agad manakot. Katulad ni from the Australia.
At Gigi Ella.
Si Gigi Era. Parang sa mga future queens, let's please.
Pero kasi, best ako naman, hindi mo in defense, pero knowing OV, at least naman talaga, presentation niya is for the
True to herself.
true to herself. Na-appreciate ko rin naman yung pagiging spooky. Yun nga lang, sabi ng mga judges, no, hindi maganda na yun yung kanyang vibe, which is yung spooky, tapos napunta pa sa kanya yung Halloween.
Yeah.
Eh, known ka na for that eh.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hindi
paglulok
ka na
natin
challenge.
special na.
Yeah.
Tapos,
Ay, this is not to also. I mean, ako din naman, tatanungin dun sa suot ni Ovi. Parang feeling ko, parang may hesitation dun sa anong costume niya na parang, di ba lagi natin sinasabi, kapag dito sa Drag Race, talagang every episode, kailangan the best na talaga yung ilalabas mo. Kasi di ba, may top ka na last episode, bigla ka na bottom, tapos hindi mo pa ginandahan sa lip sync. Ligwak ganun ka talaga. Walang bearing yung mga rubage
And I think,
mo.
disclaimer lang, mas pag-uusapan pa po namin yung mga naging komento ng judges later.
our bottom two for this episode, and our bottom two is Tiny Deluxe against Arizona Brandy. So you've watched the lip sync, you've also watched the lip sync. What did we think?
My God! I mean, kung maraming pakulo, kung si Mama mo, Lady Morgana na tag na parang lip sync assassin at maraming ibubugang confetti. Ito talaga, best. Diyos ko, usok. Ano ba yun? Usok ba yun? Or powder?
Yeah.
Ginawa na lahat.
Actually, I did tweet about this. That was that lip sync was a choice. Siguro kung si Mama Ru ang judge, I'm so sorry but the honest truth is Arizona would have gone home. Si Mama Ru kasi, kumaga, and ako din, na-adapt ko na yung gantong thinking. For her, yung lip sync is not about the shenanigans you pull out during kumaga hindi siya yung more of what yung makaka-capture ng eye. For her, like for example, season 15, may isang lip sync doon, Diana, di ko alam kung sinong kumanta doon, pero favorite ni Ru yun na singer. Tapos parang the other one went for the shenanigans, lahat ng tricks, patawa, ganito. She went for that, pero yung one took the classic route. Very old school lip sync. And I think yun yung medyo naloka na lang ako doon sa mga stunts na pinul ni Arizona. Yes, it was fun to watch. But considering yung siguro yung pagiging sa lip sync, yung seriousness ng lip sync, doon ako medyo naging half-hearted. Though, of course, medyo hindi na rin nag-deliver si Tiny doon sa padulo na. Kumbaga, she just basically watched Arizona pull out all of those stunts. So,
ako, para sa akin, malinaw sa akin na walang nireding pagpasabog si Tiny Deluxe.
yan.
Pero,
That's my comment. I mean, even if medyo parang lousy na tingnan si Arizona, but kung ikaw talaga yung judges, you would rather give the chance to, sabi nga nila, talagang pinatunayan gusto kong magstay. Rather than just dun sa isa na,
actually, that's a good point.
na parang wala ka na lang binigay talagang climax to your lip sync.
Yes, and of course, Bess, I think this episode also witnessed the This Is Trash Part 2, but now with Miss Tessa Prieto. What do we think of This Is Trash?
This is true. I think, best, sa totoo lang ito yung pananaw ko lang at opinion ko lang, feeling ko, hindi siya ganun ka eloquent pagdating sa mga pagde-describe ng mga bagay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the fashion sense, na nawawala na siya ng sasabihin.
Yeah.
Na parang she wanted to stand out as a judge, pero hindi niya ma-express ng maganda yung mga sasabihin niya.
Yeah.
Parang, ay, ang galing na sinabi ni Raho. Ay, ang galing na sinabi ni Jiggly. Ay, ang ganda na sinabi ni John Santos. So, anong sasabihin ko that will make me parang
Pop out.
Magpa-pop out. And alam naman natin socialite din si Madam. So, for me, napaka irresponsible.
Uncalled for.
Parang best you need to as a judge, hindi ka lang makapagbitaw ng salita. You need to justify what you said.
Actually,
If you're going to criticize,
marami tuloy nag-compare na Sir Raho was kinda, alam mo, nasa linya ng konti to say this is trash just because he's saying those words in a serious matter.
Plainly say, I don't like it. I mean, I think mas acceptable pa yun.
Yeah.
Kasi kesa generalizing a comment on something. Siguro, yes, while we understand that this is a reality show and the queens really signed up for this, I don't think they signed up to be humiliated. Kumbaga, if hindi natin masicelebrate yung design na na-produce ng queen and we didn't like it, there are much less or kumbaga may much less harsher words.
Yeah.
Pero I mean with that thought, Blake, I mean nabasa lang natin kanina to. Parang isn't it medyo nagiging overly sensitive din tayo dun sa word na trash. Like parang may nakapagsabi lang kasi this is another views lang na coming from working abroad or knowing Americans din. Trash, parang if mapakinggan mo nga daw yung you're a trash, parang it's
very common.
Yeah.
To end this conversation is that while okay naman kumaga you're there to be criticized, kumaga no matter the output you produce, sana lang mas mas kumaga since we're daw kumaga mas matagal nga they claim na mas matagal sila sa industriya. I think it's uninspiring for up and coming artists or even nga yan mga matatagal na sa drag scenes na mahusgahan ng mga ganong words. There could be much acceptable words kung But I guess that's it, of course. In the Untucked, nakita natin na nag-open si Didi about Katkat that she was
a bully.
She was body shamed for the longest run.
Yeah.
What do we think? I mean, ako definitely am not okay with body shaming. Kumbaga, though I won't act as a hypocrite. Kami at times nag-aasaran kami, but that's our normal banter. Kumbaga, we know our limit, we know if it's too much already. Tas asaran, kumbaga kami.
Yeah.
Hindi natin alam yung working relationship ni Didi and ni Katkat. Hindi ko alam din kung sinabi ba ni Didi yun out of spite or out of fuel. I mean, to add fuel dun sa parang kine-create na storyline na Didi versus Katkat. But one thing is for sure, we're not okay with body shaming. Kumbaga, while we admit naman na yung banter namin with each other, hindi nga body shaming, parang ina-accept natin yung sarili natin. Kumbaga, parang ganun. Pero hindi siya okay. Especially na you do it with someone na hindi mo alam yung pinagdaanan for that day, hindi mo naman din talaga kakilala. So, that's definitely one thing for sure. Okay. So, enough about that. Ngayon, another thing that was brought up is Miss Jade and Katkat.
Okay. Ako, nagigets ko sila pareho eh. Nagigets ko na ganun yung reaction ni Katkat kasi if nakarinig ka rin ng accusation na pinag-uusapan na pala ako kanina pa ng buong grupo and then now, bigla mo akong i-confront. Pwede maging ganun yung reaction mo.
True.
Pero, I also acknowledge yung trigger
ni Jade
at yung trauma niya from the past, yung pinaglalaban din niya. It's just that it's giving me also the perspective na kay Katkat, may ganun tao na pag medyo naging war, parang alam mo yung naging aggressive na rin with words, may ganun po kasing sa grupo may ganun personality na kapag siya nagsalita, tama siya or mali, may justify niya lahat ng actions niya. So that's worrying for me. Pero kung totoo naman yung sinasabi niya, it's just that she wants to defend herself from everybody.
Hindi naman, it's not concealing from a strong personality. Sabi nga din ni Katkat in a viewing party, she has been known for that for the longest run. And hindi din naman niya, kumbaga sinabi niya rin naman sa Antak na, alam ko masama ugali ko, pero kumbaga kung walang ginawa sa'yo, kasi yun, I think yun yung perspective ni Katkat eh. Hindi niya alam na may nagawa siya. That could have been brought up peacefully had it been through a proper conversation.
And so, we go now to the pot stirrers.
Yeah.
The third party sa kwento.
Medyo off-putting kasi talaga yung ginawa ni Verushka. Plus, how she worded it, how she introduced it to...
Naloka ko talaga.
I mean, how she introduced it with to Katkat. Very manipulative. Kumaga, she knew she wanted that narrative.
Yep.
Parang, nagkaroon pa ng physical. Kumbaga, I also read this tweet nga na kumbaga, the words like the bullying is kumbaga more of like, kumbaga baka biroan kasi sa kanila yun or while hindi siya magandang biro, hindi natin alam yung nag-transpire talaga doon sa episode
Diba,
kung saan talaga siya nangyari.
Parang in the end, Miss Jade so admitted na nung ginawa sa kanya, wala lang sa kanya.
Mm.
It's just that nung patulog na siya, saka lang nag-flashback lahat.
Mm.
So, trigger yun. Pero, not as a direct, parang hindi siya naging direct immediate effect eh. Parang it took some time.
Siguro ako lang ang medyo napansin ko lang is Jade really branded Katkat na she was bullied by Katkat. Sa may isang
Actually,
part.
Doon sa first-
ako yun yung pinakang comment ko. Parang siguro na, I don't know kung namali din ng construction si Jade. Kasi literally sinabi niya, you bullied me.
Hindi, ito yan.
So, sobrang out of place na yung you bullied me.
Ito nakikita ko dyan na I think talaga nag-stem to from the beef of Didi and Katkat and the pot steering na ginawa ni Verushka.
Actually, both
Kung makikita mo,
sila.
ang una nag-open kasi si Didi. And then parang nag-share si Jade based from that
Yeah.
based from that kwento ni Didi. Kita mo yung ginawa ni Verushka na ay hindi, ko-confront natin siya. Parang ang dating, kakampi mo ko, kasama mo ko, lalaban tayo. And then when the confrontation began because of her, siya yung nag-open, kumuha siya ng chocolate, pumunta siya sa tabi, parang popcorn ginawa niya sa chocolate, and she was having fun with the confrontation. Napaka-evil nun for me. Kasi parang nakita mo na si Jade, doon na ako naawa kay Jade actually, nung hindi rin niya ma-express yung sarili niya because medyo nga na-outpower din siya ng mga sinasabi ni Katkat. Parang doon ako naloka na naaawa ako sa kanilang dalawa, kay Katkat at kay Jade, na parang, ay, this is a proxy war.
Yeah,
Kasi that,
Kaso nga lang best, nung time talaga na parang she's parang investing na dun sa tapas na nangyari sa kanya, na parang naghahanap na siyang i-blame, which is wala naman dun yung mga nang-bully sa kanya. Kasi parang yan, best parang halimbawa, ikaw, you're talking about your man. I can say na, guys, parang nagtitrigger yung mga ko. Magdadrama na lang ba ako dahil I don't have my...
Hindi, may physical, may ginawa, kumaga claiming na may ginawa daw si Katkat. Pero ako, everything else aside, kumaga that could have been a conversation with the two of them.
Tama naman.
Parang
Kasi,
ganito yun eh. Pero
I believe that conversation could have been dealt with better with Katkat and Jade kung sila. And sinabi rin naman ni Jade na hindi siya like a very confrontational person. That's also taken into consideration. Pero the problem is bringing up mo yung trauma ng iba, yung trigger ng iba. I think yun yung medyo no-no na dun sa nangyari. But yan,
parang a performance that was set up by a third party. I mean, Didi and of course the directress Verushka. Pero I don't know, Blake, if ganyan ba dapat pag magkakasama kayo sa Drag Race? Kasi I would have appreciated it if hindi na lang nila ipakikita sisterhood, yung very competitive na lang na parang Survivor ang dating ng Drag Race. Kaya nga lang makikita mo, we're sisters, you're a queen, be
okay din
brave.
naman si okay
Anyway,
naman si Katkat,
So, ibig sabihin, last question. I mean, for si Didi as mother, what can you say? I mean, is she mothering?
No. She wasn't a mother to begin with dun sa nangyaring yun. I don't like to comment further kasi again, also valid naman kung may sama talaga siya ng loob, pero that was not a very mothering move to light a fire
using other situation to
and other trigger and experience and trauma.
It's a no.
Sobrang that was a bit of a shitty move for me. Next, let's talk about another issue, Arizona representing the quote-unquote cheaper bar.
Alam mo, ito yung highlight, ito yung parang medyo emotional sa akin, more another emotional moment sa akin sa show na parang nalungkot ako in a sense na parang ma-brand sila as cheaper
bar.
Alam mo naman yung struggle ng mga artists, hindi lang drag lalo na siguro mga drag queens natin sa Pilipinas, no, who's looking for acceptance, who wanted acceptance, and yet
we went to Boracay, tapos knowing na nag-support tayo sa mga queens na who's performing in a small
Support
bar.
Rainbow Bar and Cafe.
Parang small bar sa Boracay, yung mga queens. And then, alam mo yun, 10 years from now, those queens could be a bigger drag queens.
Hopefully.
Bakit naman yung ganun, guys? May,
Hindi,
may
ang-
cheaper and ano ba
Ang
yun?
pinaka naging takeaway ko doon is minsan tayo din sa gay community ang gumagawa ng disparity.
Actually, best. Like,
Kasi, I understand high-end ang Nectar at ang O-Bar. But, if you go to Rapture or the drag bars in Cubao, I don't think it necessarily reflects that you don't have money or that you're cheap. Kumaga, it's just that, yun yung accessible for you and talagang na-enjoy mo, you feel at home. I don't think it should be branded as cheaper bar. So, medyo, I think yung ginawa rin ni Didi doon, that comment, clearly told us a lot about who she is and what she thinks of
Actually,
other people.
yeah.
So yun lang, kudos to Arizona for really, aside from winning the pot money, really wanting na, alam mo ang magandang ginagawa pa ni Arizona ngayon, every time na may magbubuk sa kanya, pinipilit niya na may isa siyang kasamang taga-Cubao na magpo-perform din. So, talagang gusto niya na hindi lang siya.
Yeah.
Gusto niya, yun yung isa sa talagang ina-advocate niya ngayon. At least, nakikita mo na very sincere siya in the sense na gusto niyang may representation ang Cubao drag sa bigger events na napupunta niya, hindi lang siya. Well, anyways, another topic that we have is of course, yung elimination ni Tiny. Was it time for her to go home?
Ako, given the performance na wala talaga siyang pinasabog, parang nag-ready na lang siya. For me hindi siya lumaban.
And she admitted na. Pero alam mo, sa totoo lang, Tiny, in fairness, ang ganda ng
Galing magbenta ni Tiny.
Ang galing ni Tiny doon sa performance. It's just that parang may isang queen na mas may fire and passion to stay, to be creative, and to take risks.
And at the same time nga, let's not forget na we're still in the Philippine setting. And guys, meron talaga yung paawa effect. Alam mo yung parang hindi naman sa paawa effect, like, papakita mo talaga na, guys, I want to, may ano yan sa emotional, sa atin yun may plus points sa mga judges. So, sabi mo nga, Blake, kung nasa US yun,
reality show pa rin siya.
kung nasa US siya, baka naiba yung game, but since nasa Pilipinas pa rin talaga tayo.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it. And what excites us more is because on episode 4, we will be playing the Snatch Game! So, ayan, abangan natin yan lahat.
Parang Bes, can I inhibit that episode?
Best, not the day. Pero yun, abangan niyo po kami and thank you very much for tuning in to our episode 3 review. Again, we are the unauthorized podcast for Drag Race Philippines Season 2. I'm your Sugar Spice and sometimes nice. My name is Blake.
And this is Harry.
And this is Matt.
Thank you for watching.
Bye!